global warming, or none like it hot. You're probably wondering why your ice cream went away. Well, Susie, the culprit isn't foreigners, it's global warming.
Global wapu?
Yeah.
What's going on YouTube? In today's video, I'll be working on the Tahoe's AC. So as you guys know, it's been getting pretty hot out here, and I'm not sure about your area, but it gets pretty hot in Texas. So since the Tahoe's AC is not working right now, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on that today. And if you want to check that out, make sure you stay tuned, and let's get to it. Alright guys, so these are some of the parts that I'm gonna be using right here. And I did try to get all the GM parts, instead of getting different brands, because I prefer the, original brand. So I got the Orifice tube right here, the valve for the low pressure side. So, I'll list all these down below in the description as well. And then I also got the socket right here to remove the high side, because I am going to replace this part as well, because, I'd rather replace, all the parts that need to be serviced and, have no leaks later on. And then this right here is to, tighten up or loosen up this valve right here. So I'll have them all listed right there. And right over here, I also did get the new dryer set up right here. So that's the number right there. And I'm gonna just start taking this thing apart. All right guys, so I'm not a mechanic or anything like that. So what I've learned over time is that usually on these trucks, they usually end up leaking out of the low side right here. So there's a small valve in here that usually leaks out because it gets loose, or you just have to, like replace it. But, the way that I figured this out was because a long time ago, the Yukon was leaking air, and I could actually hear it, coming out of here. And I had a shop actually like lie to me in my face,
Sometimes grown-ups need to lie. It's hard to explain, but
like they were saying that it was a compressor. And even though, you could hear this, so I was like, man, I'm just gonna, try to do it myself. And I changed it out, and it actually was, doing this right here. So, that's usually where I found out where it is. And like I said, there's a lot of places like they'll lie to you and stuff like that. So I just like to start off with the, least expensive, which is gonna be like this side here, and not the compressor. Even though sometimes it can be the compressor, but the easiest part to do would be something like this, like the small gaskets and stuff like that, because, like I said, everybody, sometimes they'll take them to shops, and some of the shops, they'll lie, or they'll
I don't want you to lie.
do different things just because they want to get money or something like that. But that's just my experience right there. And that's also why I've learned, to do stuff like this myself. So what I'll just be doing is the same thing today, replacing that valve right there. And then also all the small stuff here. So all the small gaskets. And I will replace the dryer as well, because it's not that expensive. And I think it's actually a good idea to do it since the truck is old. So I'll replace the dryer. I'll keep my old sensor right here on the low side. And if I have to, later on I will replace it. But for now, I'll just leave it and see if it's good, because it's easy to replace it afterwards anyways. And, I'll also do the high side. So this whole little valve, has to unbolt and get replaced. And then I'll do the orifice tube in here. To do this job, you don't really need a lot of tools, but you will need like some 13mm, maybe like a deep socket or, standard. And then some pick tools and some 10mm here. So I'll be taking off these 13mm right here that are holding the lines so that I can get the orifice tube out of there. And then also, replacing this, which is held on by some 10mm down here. And then, more 13s in this area. So it's pretty much just like 10s and 13s up in there. So I'll just go ahead and start off by replacing the valve in here, the low side, and then also the high side, before I take this apart, and then I can do the orifice tube and the actual accumulator. So to start off, I'm gonna have to take off these little caps right here. These are just plastic. I'm not sure if you guys ever mess with your AC, but they're just plastic caps on here. And then this is gonna be your high side, which I already have the replacement here. I already took it out of the bag. And you can see it's got the new O-ring on it. And I did have to get the tool to remove it, because if you just put a regular socket, it's gonna mess up the threads on it, and you don't wanna do that right there. So you wanna get the correct sockets, and I have them on the links down below as well. So this is for the low side, and then this is the one for the high side. And here you can see, it's kind of messed up, because they've been prying on it right there. Not sure you can tell, but this one's been pried over. So it's probably because the wrong socket was on there, but I don't really mind, because I have the new one now, and I'm gonna just be replacing it there. And I'll go ahead and start off with the valve here. So this is the adjusting tool right here. You can tighten it if it's loose, or you can actually loosen it up. So in case you're just tightening yours up, you just want to use this. And so if you go ahead and put it on, and turn to the right, that tightens it. Mine seems like it's a little bit loose, so it could have been just loose, but I'm still gonna replace all this right here, because I'd rather have new gaskets and everything on the old truck. So that's what I'll be doing anyways. And to loosen it up, you can just go to the left. So just make sure you have no AC in here as well, or no Freon. And since mine's had already leaked out, you know, there's nothing in here anymore. Alright guys, not sure if you can see the valve inside there. So it's just that little pin right there. And I just gotta grab it with some pliers because it's kind of small. So I'm using these needle nose right here. So here you can see this is the part that I'm talking about. As you can tell, it looks pretty bad. I'm gonna get a better shot on this. Hold up. Alright, so I got it right here. And you can kind of see that it's pretty beat up. So let me know what you guys think on this right here. So there's the old one, and then here's the new one. And you can tell it looks like a big difference. So I'm pretty sure this had to be changed out already. And like I said, this is the main cause of the leaks on the ACs on this truck. So usually that's what I found out before, you know, on my truck on the Yukon and the Silverado. So this is usually the main cause that, you know, causes the leaks on these trucks that I've seen. So, you know, that's why I want to do this today. And I'm glad I just took it out because, you know, it doesn't look good at all. And I'll just continue doing the rest, you know, and, you know, changing out everything to be better right there. So I can just put the new one now, just slide it up in here. Just like that. So now I got it in there and I can just tighten it up with the tool right here. So it's got the bigger side here and then, you know, it's the small side. So just like that. You can kind of see there's a flat side right there. So it's like a little rectangle. And you know, the tool, you got to slide it up in there just like that. And then, you know, just tighten it. You just tighten it clockwise, so to the right. There you can see it's sitting down more, so I gotta go a little bit more. It's still not tight enough. So there's getting tighter there. And now I can feel it. You know, you don't want to over tighten it, but just make sure it's tight. And so I don't want to overdo it, but that feels good right there. So now you can kind of tell it's all the way sitting all the way to the bottom. So that should be good to go right there. And I can actually, you know, put this cover back on now because I don't need it anymore. So that's one right there. And now I can do my high side here. And here's the old one again. So it looks all corroded or something, you know, with the Freon. So that's trash right there. So now I can do my high side right here with the socket. And then just a wrench. So this one is a 3/8. So you want to untighten it right there. And I kind of had it loose already because, you know, I was messing with it earlier. So pretty much just loosen it. And then you can take this off. So that's the old one, and the gasket looks kind of beat up too. So you can see this is actually part of the line, and this is this big piece that comes off, which is different from that one. So I just got to tighten it back in here. And you can see the little gasket right here is already built into it. So I just hand tight, and then with the socket, I can just go ahead and tighten it right here. You don't want to over tighten it either because it's aluminum, so you don't want to break it. So that's good there. And so that's done. That's the high side and the low side there. And I can just put my cap back on. And now I could just go ahead and start taking this apart and, you know, removing this so I can actually get into the orifice tube, which is right here, you know, with some wrenches. So I'll just be grabbing it here. And here you can see that it's got like a collar on here. So just some open wrenches to grab this little collar section. This got like a, you know, side here that's flat, and then on this side as well. So they just come apart, and then you can slide this whole line off to slide out the orifice tube. So for the orifice tube, I'm gonna be putting right here a 3/4 wrench. So I have the 3/4 right here, and then this side is gonna be like a 22 or bigger. So I had 22, but it was a little bit too tight. So I just decided I'm gonna use this one right here. It's a 10-inch, you know, wrench right there. So now it fits better. So I just wanna hold this one like this, and then this back one, I just wanna go down like that. And mine's already a little bit loose because, you know, I was messing with it for the video right here, you know. So just like this, all the way till it gets off. So you can see it's already loose right there. And now you can see that the line is loose, and I just have to take off this 13mm right here, and then this whole line will come off, and I can, you know, slide out the orifice tube with a pick tool. So something like this or different, you know. And there should be off already. And so that's the line right there. So here you can see the line better. And if you guys notice, it does have a gasket right here. So I'm gonna be replacing it as well. And I also have some bag, you know, with all the gaskets, and I'll link it down below in the description as well. But it's gonna be this gasket and then the orifice tube inside here. Alright, so that's the tube right here. So here you can see it's a better look at it, and it's kind of messed up. It looks like it's got some metal inside, so hopefully the compressor's not messed up, but you know, I'm just gonna still be doing this, and later on if it's messed up, I can just replace the compressor. And here's a new one, so you know, you can kind of see it's already cleaner and stuff. It's way different, you know, than the old one, so it's a big difference. And like I said, hopefully the compressor's not messed up, you know, and this is just gonna be fine. But I've never seen that before in my other trucks, so this is gonna be different right there. And these you just slide right in, so you know, just push them in here. And that's pretty much it. So now I'm just taking off the other 13s, and I can remove the whole dryer out of here, and you know, and just swap out this sensor over to the new accumulator, you know, or dryer right there. So just like that right there, and it just comes right out. So right here on the left side is the new dryer right here, and then this, you know, my original one. So I'll be removing this bracket and moving it over here. And I'm not gonna be using this anymore because, you know, I think it looks kind of messed up, but maybe later on if I can find another one, I'll change it. But for now, I'll just leave it blank like this. And my Silverado's like this right now, so I know that, you know, it's okay. But of course, you know, this would be better if you guys want to keep this. You know, it's probably good to have it, but I don't want to put it on mine. And I'll just be moving the sensor over to this side. And if you guys can tell, there's some gaskets right here. So this one already comes with this gasket on this side. So there's a gasket here, and it does have two separate ones. So there's two more in the bag right here. And these are gonna go on the truck side. So I got the new gaskets right here, and they're gonna go right over here. You can see the factory line has one gasket here. And then on the bottom, right over here, I did remove the nut. So I'm gonna be opening up this line and then putting the new gasket in between as well. So that's the old one right there. And then there's the new one. You know, you just slide it right on. And that's pretty much it. So this one is trash, you know. It doesn't look too bad, but you know, it comes with the new one, so I'll just put the new one on there. So on this bottom line right here, I already removed it, and the gasket is actually smaller. So it's this one right here, and the one in the bag is a little bit bigger. So I did go ahead and get a different bag, you know, with universal ones with bigger sizes and smaller ones. So I got the correct one right here, and you know, I'm gonna be replacing it with that one right there. Just that way, you know, I have like new gaskets and stuff. Like, I don't really have to, but you know, I'd rather put all new gaskets around here since I'm working on it right now and it's all open. So this one will just slide right up in here. Just like that. And then I can just, you know, put this back in here. And I'll put back its 13mm. Here on the crossover, there's another small gasket on this side. So I'll be replacing it with another one from the bag. And you can see this one is the same size. So, you know, just put it right up in here, so it's good to go. So that's the new gasket on the crossover here. So I went ahead and moved over the bracket, and as you can see, I removed all the other parts right here. And I just added this material right here. It's like a sound deadening material. You know, it's just like a foil type looking, and then in the back it's got like double-sided tape. But, you know, I'll list it down below in the description if you wanted to check this out. But, you know, I just put it on there. That way the bracket's not going to be loose because it is a little bit bigger than the actual, you know, cylinder right here. And what I'll be doing right now is just swapping over the sensor. So I've already loosened it up. It's just like a valve stem, so the same as a tire. So you just, you know, like take this off and you just spin it in place. And you can also see there's a new O-ring, so that's good right there. And, you know, I could just twist it back on. And that's pretty much it right there. And to tighten it up and take it off, I did use a wrench like this. So I'll be tightening it up with this again. And I'll just have to move over this stud right here onto this side because it doesn't come with it. So I'll just be using this and, you know, moving it over. It does have like a threaded end, so I'll just be using the channel locks right here. So I'll be using that to remove it and then swapping it over there. It's got like some type of star bit on top, so I just used the pliers right here, you know, the vice grips to like clamp it down because I didn't have the right tool. But, you know, it came out okay, and, you know, I didn't mess up the threads. I just grabbed it from the top here. It wasn't that stuck anyway, so it was okay. So I'm just gonna be putting it right here, and, you know, it's got like a bolt from the factory just covering it up. So it's just got the threaded side here, and I'll just go ahead and, you know, put this in here. It doesn't have to be the tightest, but, you know, pretty snug is good. Once I tighten it up with the bolt, it should be fine. So that's what it looks like, and now I can go ahead and install it on the truck. So that side is good, and I can remove this one as well. So I'll just go ahead and take this top one off as well. And you can see again here on the top, it's got that gasket right there. So that one is good now. So here's my new air dryer or accumulator. And I can go ahead and put my 13 back on. So hand tight is good for now, and later I can tighten it up more. And I can align my 10mm bracket right here. So now it's there. And I can put my 10 back. And I can go ahead and put this one on as well. And my other 13. So that's my 10 right there on the bracket, and now it's all sturdy, and I can go ahead and tighten these up real good now. So again, these are 13 and these top ones as well, and then I can just do the last, crossover. Last piece, the crossover here. So I went ahead and put the new gasket on this side, and right up here on the top, I'm leaving the factory O-ring, but you can change it if you like. I think this one was good, so I just left it alone. And the kit does have all those extra O-rings in there also. So now I just gotta line it up in here. And there it is. So that lined up, and I can put my 13mm so it doesn't come on out. And now I can just go ahead and insert this piece right here. Tighten this one up. It's looking way better already, so let me know what you guys think on this right here. But I think it should be fine. Hopefully the compressor's not gonna be bad, so I just gotta go ahead and finish this up and then try to put a vacuum on it. Alright, those are good and tight now. And I can just plug in the low pressure sensor, so that one's easy, it's just plug and play right there. And I can just tighten this one right here. So I don't want to overdo it because it is aluminum. You can break it if you do it too hard. So that's pretty good there. Alright guys, so it's all set up now, and I just have to go and take it in so that they can put a vacuum on the system and remove any humidity or anything like that. So you don't want that in your system. So if you guys are checking out your ACs, because now it's really hot, so everybody wants some AC, but just check on the valves. A lot of times they'll leak out of here, and sometimes they're just loose. And also on the accumulator side, so where the low pressure sensor goes, you can kind of see the valve right here. So there you can see, and if you turn it to the right side and it turns, it's kind of loose. So you can see this one's turning right there. Just got to be a little bit tight right there. You don't want to overdo it. And you can just change them out there. And it also has like a rubber seal right here. So now I can go ahead and make an appointment, take it to the shop, and make sure everything is good. And if the compressor is bad, like I said, I'll just go ahead and replace that on another video. But for this one, it'll just be right here.
The next day.
So I went ahead and took the truck to get the AC put on and everything, and it actually worked out. But I am gonna end up replacing the compressor because it was making some noise. And also, as you guys can see right here, I did get a harness right here from a 03 to 06 Tahoe, because I'm gonna be upgrading with the electric fans. So because this shroud is already off, and it's not helping with the AC right there. So that was the plan originally anyways. So now that I'm doing with the AC, I'm just gonna be removing my clutch fan and trying to put those fans in, and then doing the custom wiring right here. So since this is a 2000, it's easier just to get the original wiring off of 03 to 06, and then I have all the wiring right here. So I just went ahead and cut it, and I started already like cleaning it up. And so it's got the pigtail right here with the 2 connectors. So these are the 2 triggers. So these are gonna be negative triggers, and so I'll be having to put a relay on there. So you guys let me know what you think down below in the comments on this right here, if you want to see the wiring done for the electric fans on the Tahoe. And also I'll link all the items that I'll be using next time, like the compressor, and then all the items of course that I used today. But if this video helped you out or anything like that, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Work on.
I'm just here to have a look around. Get to work, I'm here to lift some pounds. I'm on another wave, a different sound. I'm like 2:45. I'm still working, 500 degrees. Passion burning, I think you forgot. You must have